the Premier League is back, and my beloved Liverpool are surely going to win the Premier League. If you believe that, you believe anything. But the person who does know what is going to happen and all the news and views and latest deals is the great, the one and only, the legend, Harry Redknapp. Harry, thanks for being with us on the show. So, look, it's all happening, isn't it? I mean, what's going on at Chelsea? They seem to be nicking all Liverpool's great deals, spending ever more money. It's unreal.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, that looks an awful lot of money for Caicedo from Brighton, but Liverpool agreed a deal. Now he's saying he'd rather go to Chelsea. So I would think that would probably cut Liverpool out the deal. Once he says he's rather play for Chelsea than Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool would want him anyway.
Is that over 110 million quid?
Yeah, crazy money, isn't it, really? I mean, you know, when you think he doesn't score goals, I mean, he's a defensive midfield player. Used to be able to get them very cheap, them type of players who would win the ball and give somebody else who could really make things happen. Yet suddenly you've got to pay £110 million for one.
Absolutely unbelievable. Well, the new owners of Chelsea, they're certainly splashing out. That's the second deal that they seem to have overturned. But the other big news this week, obviously, Harry, was the move of Harry Kane from Spurs to Bayern Munich. Tell us the latest on that.
Well, I was surprised, Richard. I'll be truthful. I didn't see him going there. I thought he'd stay and play, run his contract out. You know, I don't know why Liverpool or Man United didn't come in for Harry Kane. You know, I'd have thought Chelsea would obviously want him, but he wouldn't go to Chelsea because of Tottenham, London club, Arsenal. But I thought maybe a Liverpool or Man United would have been a great move for him, and he could have turned them into real title contenders, I think, both clubs. But yeah, he decided to go to Germany. I was very surprised he's gone there.
And he didn't
have a baby, and
didn't have a sparkling debut yesterday when he came on as sub, did he?
No, difficult. Listen, he'll do well though, Rich. He's a fantastic player. I mean, he can do everything. He scores, he does. Yeah, I mean, what a footballer. He's an incredible centre forward.
Yeah,
he will score goals.
He's one of the best.
And he could possibly win then the Champions League this year. They'll be close to winning Champions League this year with Harry Kane. They'll push Man City up all the way for sure.
Incredible. And what's the latest with the sort of slightly tempestuous Harry Maguire and Man United?
Well, West Ham seem to want him. You know, I think West Ham are definitely trying to get him. They've got Ward-Prowse. I saw West Ham play yesterday. I went to the Bournemouth game. Bournemouth were I thought Bournemouth did well. I think they're going to have a decent season. Made a couple of good signings. But West Ham, again, they've got Ward-Prowse in. They're looking to get Harry Maguire. So they're spending the Declan Rice money. They bought another lad in, a midfield player. So they're going to have a go. I think West Ham will be much better than they were last year. They'll be OK.
Fine. The money pouring into the Premier League, I mean, it just seems endless, the new owners buying these incredible clubs. But I just gather there's a sort of a record amount, Harry, on sponsorship deals, over almost £500 million.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we used to. Yeah, I remember back in the day when I used to manage Bournemouth, I think you'd sponsor the shirts for about £250 or something, you know. or sponsor, you know, my mate used to end up sponsoring the match ball every Saturday for about 30 quid. But them days have definitely changed.
They've well gone. We're showing our age, Harry. So I've got to ask you, who's your money on to win the Premier League this season?
Do you know what, Rick? I mean, Man City, you can't really see beyond Man City. They look different class, really. But I've just got a feeling this year somebody else could win it. I'm hoping Liverpool get back to where we see Liverpool back to somewhere like their best. I think that Man United are going to be stronger than they were. Now they've made a couple of decent signings. And I think Arsenal will be strong again. So maybe someone might... Listen, I wouldn't want to bet Man City on that.
I mean, I'd love it to be Liverpool. What do you think about Newcastle? I mean, they've done so well under their new owners.
Fantastic. I mean, that performance yesterday, the centre forward's an amazing player. My son was at the game yesterday. He said the midfield player was outstanding, the Italian boy they bought. They really do look a good team. They really do.
Could they win it?
They're amazing. They could have a real go this year. But they've got Champions League football can they, you know, they have to combine the two. That's going to be a problem. But it's great to see Newcastle back on the up. They're doing wonderful things, and great for Eddie Howe. Eddie's my neighbour. He lives about 100 yards from me.
No,
So I'm really pleased for Eddie.
it is great, and it's actually great for the whole of the North East. That investment, that enthusiasm, that success, it gives a real lift, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they've got great fans, haven't they? They support the club through thick and thin. They turn up in their numbers. They have for years and years and years. And since the Kevin Keegan days, really, they've not had a lot to get too excited about. In fact, I don't think they've won a trophy.
It is.
In 19, God knows what.
I've got some friends who are massive Newcastle fans. I think it is a huge boost for the area. Great to have them back.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. So your top tip is Man City, but you're sort of hoping for someone to come along in the final furlong.
I think the top four is going to be wide open this year. I think that there's 7 teams there. Any 4 of them could make, I think, Man City and Aldo on the top 4. But then I think Liverpool are going to be much better this year, as I said earlier. Chelsea are going to be interesting. If they make a couple more signings, Pochettino's gone in there. I like Pochettino. They'll certainly be better than last year. They were pretty poor last year. They've definitely got a lot of improvement in them. So it's going to be I think it'll be an exciting season. It's
going to be an exciting season indeed, Harry. You will keep us informed without question with your brilliant tips and views. Harry Redknapp, thank you so much indeed for coming and joining me on Tice Talk with the latest views. Harry there thinking Man City could still top it again, but we want some fresh activity, some fresh winners.